Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for joining us. It is your girl, Janelle Christina, and I'm excited. Honestly, I'm excited. ColourPop has finally, sis, finally dropped a foundation. We asked, they listened, and sis, not only did they listen, but they dropped this foundation in 42 shades. They dropped a loose powder that comes in 3 shades and a pressed powder that comes in 6. Can I have a list of all the things that ColourPop did, please? That. 42 shades ranging from fair to deep dark. Sis, I'm in. If you couldn't tell by the title, maybe it's early where you are, you know, still waking up, you know. I'm going to be demoing this foundation, doing a wear test, a flash test, and all of that good stuff. I can no longer contain my excitement, so let's get started. This foundation retails for $12. You get a whopping 0.85 fluid ounces. And guess what, you guys? The pump is lockable. For those of you that travel, that is absolutely awesome. Ooh, slippery. Excuse me, please be. The shades that I have here are 190, 195, and 200. It is a lightweight, medium to full coverage, buildable foundation. Did I mention that this was $12? Because I don't know about you, but I probably got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pennies in my bank account. So I'm gonna go ahead and shade match myself. Don't you all be talking about my edges, okay? This is 190, 195, and 200. All 3 of these shades have red undertones. My undertones are not red, they are golden yellowish. So I don't know how these are gonna turn out. So it's like I don't know. ColourPop, 42 shades, and y'all managed to make 6 of the 7 shades in the deep dark category with red undertones. Okay, come here, ColourPop. Come a little closer, sis. You do know that not everybody has red undertones. Oh, okay. I mean, I was just asking. I mean, I didn't know if y'all knew or not. Fortunately, I do know how to work my way around foundations that have red undertones and make them work for me. But for somebody that is newer to makeup, less experience with golden yellow undertones, they may not know how to make a foundation that has red undertones work for them. So, you know, it's kind of like, you know, what about them? 42 shades and we only got red undertones. Okay, I mean, okay, I'm not complaining or anything, I'm just saying. So looking at these on camera, it looks like 190 right here is going to be my best bet. These two are just a little too dark and they're a little too red, and they probably make me look really crazy, so we're gonna go with 190. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my face with the Tasha Silk Canvas Primer. This primer works with most of my foundations, so fingers crossed it works for this one too. So just to compare this foundation with some of the other foundations that I have, as we can see, the undertones are very different. This is the Maybelline Superstay that I have in 356. This is Clinique's Beyond Perfecting Foundation in the shade Amber. And this is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid in the shade NW47. Something is missing. That is much better. If you would like to see how I do my eyebrows, the link to that video will be in the description box below. Somewhere. Happy hunting. So I'm just gonna pump about 3 pumps of the foundation out on my hand. The ColourPop website says that you should start in the center of your face, like all foundations, and work outwards. For maximum coverage, ColourPop says that you should use a large foundation brush. I'm using a NYX powder brush. It just says number 2 on it, so I use this all the time. It's one of my favorite brushes. So So looking face to neck, this foundation is obviously gonna look red on me. There's no getting around that. But at a first glance, I will say that this foundation is not matte. It's more like skin-like. It does look kind of dewy. I'm getting medium coverage from this, not really getting full coverage. It is supposed to be buildable, so let's try a little bit more around my problem area. So I will say that this foundation is buildable, but since it's not my undertone, the more I put on, the more red I'm going to look, and the harder it's going to be to correct that. So I'm gonna stop here. I do like the coverage. I must say the coverage is pretty amazing, but I am not getting matte at all. For my concealer, of course, I'm using the ColourPop concealer in the shade Dark 48. Hopefully the yellow in this concealer will help balance out some of the red from this foundation. At least that's what I'm praying for, sis. I don't know. For my contour, I am using a black opal foundation stick. So as I was letting my concealer dry down just a little bit, I went to go look at my face in a different lighting in person. And honestly, my skin looks flawless. It looks so smooth, and I promise it does not look as red as it's showing up on my monitor in person. Like honestly, no filter needed. Snapchat is shook. Okay, ColourPop. I was a little scared at first, but okay, coming through. Coming through. Okay, not mad at that. Let's keep on blending. So ColourPop also launched 3 loose powders. These retail for $9 each. I bought the medium deep and the banana. I'm going to use these how I use all of my setting powders. I set my entire face with the medium deep, and then I'm going to go back underneath my eyes and brighten them up a little bit with the banana. I'm just going to tap a little bit into the top. With a damp beauty blender, I'm just going to press this powder in. I don't bake because baking makes my makeup look cakey. We know this. We knew this. Okay, you guys, I will say that did a phenomenal job with mattifying and controlling the shine that was in my foundation. I don't have any powder on this side of my face. Get a little closer. Okay, ColourPop. For the banana powder, we're just gonna put that right under the eyes. That looks white. On camera, it doesn't look white in person. It looks like banana powder in person. Hopefully this will brighten up my face a little because I feel like we are looking a little too dark, girl. And last but not least, ColourPop dropped 6 pressed powders. This is deep dark and this is dark. I was gonna try to contour with deep dark, but obviously this is too close to my foundation shade to try and contour with. We'll try it anyway, just for the sake of trying it. Yeah, not doing nothing. Okay, so I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me loose powder to set my contour a little bit. So I will have no use for the dark pressed powder because I thought that would be my foundation shade, but it's not. So I'm gonna carry the deep dark around with me to blot with. Okay, so I have finished my look. I'm gonna go ahead and go about my day. It is 10:17 a.m. We are going to put this foundation through the test, see if it can stand all the heat, the rain, whatever weather throws at us today. We will be back for a flash test and a final review, so stay tuned. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Okay, guys, we are back. It is 9:02 p.m. Let's move it a little bit closer. Like, honestly, other than around my nose, I feel like this foundation, this whole situation we got going on has not budged. Almost 10 hours. Makeup should not still look this good. I did bring the pressed powder in deep dark with me, but I did not blot with it because I wanted to see how the foundation could do on its own all day. And as you can see, you guys, I do have some creasing under my eyes. That's the norm. I have a little bit of separation going on around my mouth, but we're gonna go ahead and try this powder. Oh God, just poke myself in the eye. And let's see what it does. Y'all, I look good as new. I don't know if y'all can see what I'm seeing right now, but I look brand spanking new. Okay, so let's recap on the foundation. So to start off with the pros, I love the coverage of this foundation. Girl, definitely buildable. The only cons that I would say, if I had to say anything bad about the foundation, is that it was not as matte as they claimed it to be. It was more like skin-like, kind of like a dewy finish. It did not scream matte to me at all, sis. And then again, with the undertones, I just feel like that they could have thrown in at least one more foundation in the deep dark category that did not have red undertones. That was kind of annoying. As for the loose powders, you guys, I actually really like the loose powders. If you are on a budget, this one right here, you might want to go copy that, sis. Now with the yellow loose powder, I kind of feel like it was a little too white for me. It kind of made me look a little ashy at first, and I was kind of like, it just seemed a little too chalky for me. I also really like the pressed powders, you guys. If they had just made one more, a little bit darker than deep dark, I feel like it would have been perfect for me to contour with. However, deep dark is perfect for blotting. As you guys can see, I blotted with it and it almost made my makeup as good as new. It's very sheer. It doesn't feel super cakey. It doesn't feel like you're putting on a whole ton of makeup. That definitely would be something great to carry with me on the go if I needed just a little touch up, as opposed to using a tissue or something like that. If you follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, you know how excited I was for this launch. Okay, you guys, the moment we have all been waiting for. So I took a picture with my rear facing camera on my iPhone 7 Plus, and this is what we got. I honestly don't think it was that bad. I didn't receive a whole lot of flashbacks, so that's a good thing. I don't feel like that this collection is something that you totally have to have. Like, everybody should have it. It's so great. It's amazing. It's life-changing. I don't feel that way, but I do feel like that this collection is not a total waste of money. If you have already bought something, I will still be using some items from this collection. If I could recommend one thing to you from this entire collection, it would be the No Filter setting powder. That was my favorite thing from this collection. It is something that I can see myself using. Other than that, I don't really see myself using anything else from this collection. I think I just had my hopes up a little too high, you know? I don't think this was a bad launch. I think ColourPop did an amazing job. 42 shades, I mean, come on. $12, $9 for the powders. It just doesn't get any better than that. However, I do feel like a few things could be just tweaked just a little bit. That is all I have for you guys in today's video. Please, if you are not already, subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down, depending on what side of the bed you woke up on this morning. For more updates on the ColourPop foundation and the powders, make sure you are following me on Instagram and Snapchat and all of my other social media accounts, where I do live updates weekly, sometimes monthly, depending on how I feel, you know what I'm saying? Girl, be kind of lazy. Thank you guys so much. The best audience in the world. Come on, bring it in. Let's hug. I will see you all next time. Peace.